Vita Health Group provide this exercise class with your health and safety in mind. Each individual participant has their own limitations and should consult their general practitioner or an appropriate medical professional prior to undertaking the class. Should you be prone to injury, are currently pregnant, or be managing any functional limiting medical conditions, please seek medical confirmation prior to participating. At all times, ensure you follow all instructions provided by Vita Health Group throughout the entirety of the recording. Should you experience any symptoms of dizziness, nausea, or increased pain at any point during your participation, please stop and seek the appropriate advice from your general practitioner or the 111 service.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Today I'm going to be taking you through the high intensity interval training, and the aim is cardiovascular health. So get ready, grab a drink, and we'll start in the next 30 seconds. Okay guys, so we're going to start our warm-up. Each of these exercises is going to be lasting 30 seconds. We will start with a march on the spot. So we're just going to march on the spot, nice and lightly. The aim here is just to increase the heart rate, and we're swinging our arms at the same time. For 30 seconds for each exercise. No resting in between, we're just going to keep rolling onto the next exercise. Sit up nice and straight, have a good posture, and make sure that you're raising your knees nice and high with every repetition. Perfect. The next exercise is going to be arm circles. So we're going to do two exercises in this. We're going to be doing it forward, and we're going to be doing it backwards as well. So 15 seconds each. We're going to do the arm circles. So nice and easy here on the side. 15 seconds forward. And then halfway through, now we're going to be going backwards as well. So we're working both the front and the back of the shoulders. Perfect. Another few seconds and we'll go on to our bodyweight squats. So the next exercise is going to be bodyweight squats. For that, the stance is going to be shoulder widths apart, and we're going to sit into it and stand back up. Good posture again, facing forward. We're going to do 30 seconds of this exercise for the warm-up as well. Sit into it. It doesn't really matter where your hands go. You can have it close to your body. You can have it out in front of you if you prefer that for balance. I like either way, okay? The aim here is to go about 90 degrees at the knee joint, and then coming back up. If you experience any pain with this exercise, just go into a quarter squat and just do a little bit more reps. Next exercise, on the same stance, we're going to be doing torso twists. So the hands will go on the hips, and we're going to rotate from one side into the other. You can also make it a little bit more difficult by having the hands out. Few more seconds with this. Really are trying to get the core warm here as well as the hips. Good. For the next exercise, we're going to be doing high knees, but this version is going to be low impact. So again, we're going to be marching, but we're going to be doing it a little bit more slowly, but I also want you to get the knee really high up. Okay, so swing your arms through again. Make sure you bring in the knees nice and high. Good, so it's just more slowed down version of the marching. Nice, 30 seconds for this as well. Good, the next exercise, we're going back up to the upper body, so we're going to be doing shoulder rolls. So we're going to be literally bringing our scapulas up. So we're aiming to bring the shoulders to the ear, and we're going to be rolling forward. We're going to do 15 seconds forwards, 15 seconds backwards. Keep rolling on. Good, and we're going to go the other way. We're going the opposite way now. We're bringing the shoulders to the ear and we're going backwards. Good. Another few seconds. Perfect. Next one is hip circles. So the stance is again shoulder widths apart. The hands is going to be by the hips and we're going to rotate around the hips. Rotate clockwise for 15 seconds and then we're going to go anti-clockwise for the rest of the time. Nice and easy. We're just trying to breeze through this warm-up, trying to get our heart rate up and our body temperature. Now we'll go the other way. Lovely, really good. And for the last one, 30 seconds of light jogging on the spot. So again, we're trying to jog. Now we're going for a little bit more intensity. We're well into our warm-up now, so let's step it up a little bit and let's get nice and warm, okay? 30 seconds of jogging on the spot. To make it easier, just slow it down a little bit. To make it harder, speed it up. Really good. That's the warm-up. Let's grab a drink, okay? And let's rest for 30 seconds. We will be back for the main session. Okay guys, so we're going to start the main session with the first exercise, which is going to be jumping jacks. I'm going to give you two variations of this exercise. So we will go on to the first variation, which is going to be a jumping jack with a step back. So we will try and coordinate it. So we're going with a step back and hands up as well. Okay, if you wanted to progress this and just make it a little bit more difficult for yourselves, we're just going to go into full jumping jacks, where we're jumping and swinging at the same time. Okay, so this is the first variation for the 30 seconds, and we start now. Good, so we're taking a step back, we're extending the back leg, and we're bringing and swinging our arms up above our head. So this is really training the whole body. We're going with our glutes, kicking back, bringing it back in, and also swinging our arms up above our head. Good, and the progression would be just a full jumping jack. Okay, so we're jumping as well as swinging out. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. We're going to rest for 30 seconds and we'll be back for the next exercise. Okay, so for the next exercise, we're going to be doing a variation of the squat. We're going to do bodyweight squats, and also we can progress it by doing a jumping squat. So for the bodyweight squat, you can have your hands out in front of you when you're squatting, or you can have them close to the center of your body. I want to make sure that the hips go in line with the knee, and then we're squatting and sitting back up. If we're doing the jumping squat, we make sure that we're jumping up, we're doing the quarter squat, and then when we're landing, we're sticking to the land and jump again for the next repetition. Okay, so we'll start the timer now. 30 seconds of bodyweight squats. So again, the posture needs to be nice and high. We're going to be facing forward. You can have your hands out in front of you if you want to improve your balance. The progression here, as I said, is going to be a jumping squat. So you can do the quarter squat into a jump. Make sure that you stick to the land here and then you take off again. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and time. Good job, guys. We're going to rest for another 30 seconds before we go on to the next exercise. Okay guys, so for the next exercise, we're going to be doing standing punches. So the variation here is just really going to be changing by the speed that you're going. So we're going to be standing up and throwing punches one after the other. And if you want to make it more difficult for yourselves, you're just going to go a little bit faster. Okay, so the timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go and throw punches out in front. Good. We're making sure that we're punching on the same line as our shoulder. Good, so we're going nice and high with the punches. We don't want the hands to be dropping. We want to make sure that we stay nice and high. And if you want to make it a bit more difficult, just speed it up a little bit. As you can see, I'm using my lower body at the same time as well as I'm shifting my weight from one side into the other. Good, a few more seconds. Let's speed it up. 3, 2, 1, and time. Really good job, guys. We're going to rest for another 30 seconds before the next exercise. Okay guys, so for the next exercise, we're going to be doing alternating backwards lunging. So we're going to start from the front here. We're going to go back into the lunge. We make sure that the knees are 90 degrees before we push back up, and we're pushing our body weight forward and straight. Make sure that your knee doesn't touch the floor as you do this exercise as well. Okay, the timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Let's do one side after the other. So we're going back with our right leg and coming forward again, and then the left. So we're alternating from one side to the other. As you can see, I'm controlling my body weight. One, I'm coming down and I'm pushing ahead, pushing forward. Okay, so final 10 seconds, guys. Good. Hold the hands by your hips here. It helps you with your balance, as I said, or you can have it outside as well. Okay, good. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. That's the end of the exercise. We're going to rest for 30 seconds before we move on to the next exercise. Okay guys, so for the next exercise, we're going to be doing in and out squats. So the idea is here that we're going into a narrow stance squat to begin with, and then we're going into a bit of a wider stance, back into the middle, and then back on the other side. Okay, the exercise is going to start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go, guys. So we're squatting in a narrow position. We're going out to the side, squatting again, back into the middle, and back out in the other side. Middle, out to the side again, back to the middle, and back to the other side. Good. If you want to make this more difficult, you'll just speed it up. Okay, this really depends on the speed that you want to go to. Okay, this is a HIIT class, so we want to make sure that we're doing the exercises nice and quickly. Back into the middle, into the side. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. That's the end of this exercise. We'll rest for 30 seconds before we move over to the next exercise. Okay guys, so for the next exercise, we're going to be doing skaters. So for this exercise, what I want to see is just a lateral jump from one side into the other and maintaining a good posture while you're doing it and a good balance, okay? It's just like the jumping squats. We want to make sure that we're landing before we go on to the next portion of the exercise. Okay, we start in 3, 2, and 1. So we're jumping from one side, landing, and going onto the other side. So it's a lateral jump, going onto the left side and then the right side. Again, I'm trying to maintain a good posture, and to do that, I'm rotating my upper body as well as my lower body to make sure that I stick into the one side. Okay, halfway there, good. Going into the other side, so we're jumping laterally from one side into the other. To make it more difficult, we're just going a little bit faster. 3, 2, and time. Good job, guys. That's the end of the exercise. We'll rest for another 30 seconds before the next exercise. Okay guys, good job. So for the next exercise, we're going to be doing press-ups, and I will give you 3 variations of this. So the first one is going to be the standard press-up, the second one is going to be a press-up off of the knee, and the third one is going to be a wall press-up, okay? We'll start in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go from the top of the press-up position. We're going to tuck our elbows in and push. We want to make sure that we're going at a decent pace, so we're making this more high intensity. As a regression, we're going to go off of the knee, and we're still going to keep our body straight. So from the knee to the head is a straight line. And another point of regression, we're going to go on the wall here, and we will press in this position. Again, trying to go a little bit quicker to make this more high intensity. You're seeing that I'm tucking the elbow in and pressing off of the line of my chest. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. That's the end of this exercise. We're going to go on to a 30-second rest. We're going to now go on to the cool down section of this workout. For the first stretch, we're going to do the hamstring stretch. So we're going to keep one leg nice and straight, and we're going to put all our weight on the opposite leg. If we want to make this stretch a little bit deeper, we can reach onto the left leg, which is straight, and pull the toes back. Okay, hold this for 15 seconds. Good, breathe throughout. And we're going to swap sides. So we'll come on the other side here, right leg straight. We're going to put our weight on the left leg, and we want to go ahead and pull those toes back and stretch our hamstrings as well as our calves. Good. Hold this for another 15 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. For the next stretch, we're going to do a quadricep stretch. So if you have a wall nearby or any chair, you can go ahead and lean up against it. So for this example, I'm going to hold onto the wall, and we'll bring the heels all the way back to our hips. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Good. Really make sure that you pull the foot back and stretch out the quadricep, okay? This is where you want to be feeling this stretch on the front of the thighs. And for balance purposes, you can hold onto a wall or a chair if you want to. We'll swap over and we'll go on the other side. Good, make sure that you tilt a little bit forward as well to feel that stretch nice and deep on your quadriceps and your hip flexors. Good job, breathe throughout, 15 seconds on this side as well. 3, 2, and time. Good. For the next stretch, we're going to do a chest opener. So we're going to bring our hands together behind our back, and we will extend them fully. We're extending the elbow fully. We're going 3, 2, and 1, and we can tilt forward here. Okay, so we're keeping the elbows nice and straight. We're feeling a deep stretch onto our pecs here and our front shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we're going to go on to the opposite side. So we'll keep our arms nice and straight, and we want to make sure that we stretch our upper back, traps, and our rear shoulders. Again, keep our arms nice and straight. Push out and feel a deep stretch onto your upper back and the rear side of your shoulders. 15-second hold here, guys. Make sure you breathe throughout. Feel a deep stretch onto our upper back, our traps, our rear delts. In 3, in 2, in 1. Good job. And the next exercise is going to be a side stretch. So we will face the opposite side, and we will hold it in this position in 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds on each side, guys. Okay, we're facing the opposite direction. We want to make sure that we're stretching our torso here, our core muscles, our obliques. We should be feeling a deep stretch here on the side of the hips and the obliques as well. 3, 2, and 1. We'll swap over and we'll go on to the other side. Good. Hold this stretch for 15 seconds. Feel a deep stretch here on the obliques and the hips. And 3, 2, and 1, we'll go on to the last exercise of this, which is going to be deep breathing. Okay, we're just going to take deep breaths in and exhale out for 15 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out for the last 15 seconds, guys. Last few breaths, guys. In and out. Really good job today, guys. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed today's class.